Hey guys, it's RodimusPrimal. I am back in another video, and today we're going to be talking to you guys about the brand new reveals for the Golden Disc Collection, which are a bunch of new Transformers figures for the War for Cybertron. We also have some set news as far as Transformers Rise of the Beast, and we now have more color images of Transformers Victory Saber, along with it being open to Japanese audiences as well. So without further ado, let's sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and let's transform and roll out. Consider supporting the channel on Patreon, becoming a channel member, or purchasing some merch on my spring store today. Okay, so this past weekend I was at RetroCon, and I will be at TFCon at the end of October. And while I was there, one of my subscribers, Rico Red Star, was kind enough to gift me another Scourge to add to my sweep collection. I think what I'm probably going to end up doing is I'm going to get like one sweep, since I like the blue on it better, and use him as Scourge. I also got in the mail these two figures here. I had pre-ordered them as well. I may do toy reviews on them. Actually, it's 4 figures specifically, and I'm looking forward to opening them up as well. And I've also got a bunch of Generation Selects. Everything literally got delivered while I was at RetroCon. And I also got a chance to meet Dan Gilvizan. And while I was there, of course, I picked up a copy of his book, Bumblebee and Me, and I also recorded his panel, which you probably saw in my last video. But speaking of Bumblebee, we now have set images from Transformers Rise of the Beast and Camaro Bumblebee, which I've never been a real big fan of him being a sports car myself personally, but we now have some images of what he's going to look like as an off-road version of the Camaro. At least we're seeing some set images here. And I'll be quite frank with you, I'm like very on the fence with it. I did see the one image about the Maximal, and it's like a Maximal Autobot symbol, which I'll show you right here. And I'm kind of like about the movie. And the thing is like, I want the movie to be good. I want the live action films to be good. That is first and foremost. But I know some people are like kind of like burnt out from the live action films. They're sitting there wondering whether or not it's going to be part of the Bayverse, or whether or not it's going to be a new continuity that starts off with Bumblebee. Everything is up in the air right now, but we'll see where it turns out. And I'm hoping one way or the other, those who do like the Bay films and don't like the Bay films can at least get a good Transformers movie. And I'm hoping that this one is pretty good. Now, I had already talked about, Victory Saber specifically here in one of my previous news videos. And when I did, we only had black and white images. And those black and white images were just like, okay, great, cool. I know some people were like, oh, well, I mean, he's a HasLab figure, and, not a lot of people are going to back him. Well, it looks like we're getting close. And right now, taking a look here, we have 9,552 backers. And to my understanding, that is pretty much only in the US and the UK that are able to order him directly from Hasbro Pulse. But I do know that Takara Tomy Mall is going to be adding Victory Saber to their offering, and it's going to contribute to these numbers, and hopefully it will push it way past the stretch goals so we can see what the third tier is going to be, because right now we do now have color images of Victory Saber. I actually backed him because I really want this character as a figure, and I don't want to spend an exorbitant amount of money to be able to get it, and $180 is not a bad price when it comes down to 2 large figures that transform, combine, and have a lot of playability to them. And I'm a big fan of the character in the anime. I know not everybody is, but I think he's awesome. But specifically, them opening it up to Takara Tomy Mall, making the pre-order live in Japan, does make him $242 to Japanese fans. So he's a little bit more money, and I think that has to do with the fact that Hasbro is going to be shipping it over to Japan, and that might be like cost of conversion. I know some people in the UK are kind of annoyed that I believe that it's 180 pounds, which is expensive for UK fans, but still, I know it's 180 US dollars as well here for those US backers, but I'm looking forward to it, and the color photos make him look phenomenal. You see this one image here. Granted, these are renders, so when you take a look at him in jet mode, this is obviously with the V-Lock cannon like in place, so you can attach it all there. I believe it's the V-Star or the Victory Star is like the actual like larger portion of the jet, and then the smaller jet itself, which is the main part of Saber, that merges and becomes part, Star Saber. The pilot actually comes out, is a small little robot, is the Brain Master. There is the smaller robot mode. Of course, we saw what the regular robot mode. And then we have here Victory Leo, which if you guys are familiar with from my God Jinrai video, Victory Leo is God Jinrai reborn into this new form. And this is where he needs the V-Lock cannon. Like, this is where we need to get past those backers in order to be able to get that, unless, of course, a third party is going to make it if it doesn't make it past that point. But fully combined, Victory Leo becomes like a backpack for Star Saber, and then the rest of the parts become like a foot extension, making Victory Saber his full combined form, and he looks awesome. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how this gets completed, what the third tier is going to be, and I'm hoping to see like actual figure, the actual full color images of the what the figures are going to look like in its final state, well, obviously before it gets shipped. I say you still got 12 days, and if you're still on the fence about it, you're like, well, I won't have the money until like the day before. If you back it now, they don't charge you until October 11th, I believe. That's when they actually charge you, like at midnight on October 10th. Into October 11th. That's when I think that they're going to actually charge you. So if you've been on the fence about it, this will be your opportunity to still back it and be able to, at least unlock the production of the figure. Now, the next Amazon exclusives are going to be this War for Cybertron Golden Disc collection, and they're going to be doing this in like a couple of different chapters. It has a weird backstory that, these figures are basically they go through the trans-warp drive, like the same wave in Beast Wars that turned the Maximals and Predacons into transmetals is actually transforming other universe robots and having them appear into another universe as these brand new Transformers characters. And clearly this is Pipes and Huffer retooled into new characters. If you're not familiar with Road Ranger was originally a GoBot, and the Huffer figure was released, I believe, as a BotCon set. They redecoed the G1 Huffer figure as Road Ranger. So that's what you have here, and that's exactly who this character is. And this other character is Puffer. And Puffer is literally Huffer and Pipes merged. Personally, I just want Pipes. I want an actual Pipes. I know he's supposed to be coming in Kingdom. I believe it's either Wave 4 or if they are doing a Wave 5. I want Pipes. And I want Slammer and Waspinator. And we're not getting very much news about that. Like, we're hearing about that people are finding them in Canada, but not in the US. I'm like, but I want those figures. I want Waspinator, I want Pipes, and I want Slammer. But here, if somebody wants a cool, interesting redo of a take on two different characters, this would be your opportunity. But these are only the first part of the collection. So if you like the idea of different molds out of Huffer, great. But if you're not, and you still want to start collecting some of the Golden Disc collection, the next reveal is the Action Master Jackpot is actually now a retool of Studio Series 86 Jazz. You knew that they were going to end up using the Studio Series 86 Jazz for more molds. You know that they couldn't have done so. Personally, I would have liked to have seen Ricochet/Stepper done as a Action Master, but I'm guessing that they kind of figured, well, maybe we'll save that for Generation Selects at some point, because they still have to release Artfire, which you guys have probably already know about. But the Action Master Jackpot was obviously a non-transforming robot, but he had a very jazz-looking body, and the The head sculpt obviously is different. I would not be surprised if the Action Master mainframe, they're going to end up probably taking Teletran 1 from the ArcBot and sell it separately as mainframe, like the actual G1 colored robot. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually see that as well. But taking a look at Jackpot specifically, his vehicle mode looks cool. I know that some people are going to be reminiscing about Armada Wheeljack, but this was what Jackpot looked like back in G1 anyway, at least as far as the robot mode is concerned. And he also comes with a Battlemaster sights, which is kind of cool. You know, I don't have Pterodaxon, so maybe, you know, I guess a blue one is kind of cool to be able to get, but you know, some of these characters are I'm on the fence about myself personally. Some people are like, yeah, I'm all about that. I really like these different recolors and retools. But I'm really eager to see what else is in store for the Golden Disc collection. We know that there are apparently going to be 2 more reveals, and when they do, of course, I will make a news video about it and let you guys know. But I know what you guys think. Are you guys excited about the Golden Disc collection of figures, which are basically redecos? Are you excited about Rise of the Beasts? And what are your thoughts about Victory Saber now that we have full color images? Of course, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe. I have many more Transformers discussions, retrospectives, news, and interviews, of course, coming down the pipeline. So stay tuned for all of that. And as always, guys, until next time, till all are one.